hurt my pride. I'll haunt you forever, no need to hide. When it all goes wrong and it burns inside, I'll stand my ground, won't let it slide. If you doubt my point, you'll hurt my pride. I'll haunt you forever, no need to hide. I'm a libertarian. I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. When I know what's wrong and I know what's right, I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity. Being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian. I fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I know what's wrong and I know what's right. I'll debate all day and I'll win the fight. 'Cause deep in my mind I got clarity. Being right's the only thing that matters to me. I am a libertarian. I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian. I'd fight for the rights of every man. I am a libertarian. And fight 'cause I'm right, fight 'cause I'm right. I am a libertarian.
What's up, y'all?
How's it going?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, y'all.
Have
Yeah.
you noticed that Dave wears the same shirt every time he's on this show?
I don't. This is a new black shirt. I have a lot of black shirts.
Well,
I was watching the intro, and it's the same black shirt.
the kids section.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
He goes to Target and he gets the fake furniture in the background, and he stops in the kids section and buys a shirt.
A three-pack.
No.
Medium.
Come on. If we're gonna let's play this joke all the way. I go to the children's place.
They don't have furniture, David.
Man, I've been looking forward to
How
this
do you know
all
it's my
day.
fault, Joe? Joe, how do you know it's my fault? That's all I want to know. How do you know it was me? I mean, it's a great guess. It's an absolutely great guess. I'd put my wallet on it, but technically wasn't me this time.
I totally could have listened to the song again. I was so into it tonight. I've been waiting up for it.
Booker, if you're there, add your video so I can add you. Yeah, it's always the government's fault. That is true. That is a key component of my teaching method here.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
That fourth. Fourth is really the word you were looking for there. Minus 100 for Andy for not knowing his numbers. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, Joe's with Casey on this one. Jim Bob minus 100 to David for always being way too happy all the time. Well, that might be enhanced.
Oh, come on.
Not met Dave. I actually thought he was Jimmy Fallon for a minute there. Oh, there you go. What's up, Shirley?
We had a lot of comments. We haven't even started yet.
David buys from the Zuckerberg clothing line. Droids are us. Oh, now he's got to like do a wardrobe change. No wardrobe malfunctions there, Janet Jackson. Terry says, please share. Trying to get Booker on here. Give us a second.
It's like a whole family thing. Look, my son wanted to show. He's also wearing a black shirt.
Whose shirt is bigger? Ask your son whose shirt is bigger. I would bet his.
He wants to know whose shirt is bigger.
They came from the same pack.
He said, mine. Maybe we should have him on instead of me.
That's more man for the shirt. Casey wants to know how much for the furniture rental. Does Goodwill rent the furniture to you or just repossess it at the end of the weekend?
Oh man, I can't like, no critique of anybody who does that, but I can't imagine like wanting certain furniture enough that I'm willing to make payments on it like that and rent it, because they just get ripped off.
Everybody's surprised that I just don't have like lawn furniture. They're like, you have real furniture. I'm like, I know, I'm kind of an adult sometimes.
Oh no, I really kicked around the idea of starting out sitting like on the floor in front of a blank wall after the last one when you guys were talking about the furniture getting repossessed and being like nothing.
Why are you
Joe's,
taking
Joe's trying to hack the system here.
Yeah, is that one of those X hacks, the DD, whatever those are? I don't know anything about hacking.
Minus 100 to David for putting his handle and his name on the same line.
Hey, you gotta put it out there, man. You gotta put your handle out there.
You see how
for
all of
everybody.
ours have it underneath?
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we figured as much.
Mine's bigger.
There's Booker.
Hey, how's
Hey,
it going, Booker?
I'm finally here. I'm sorry. I don't even want to get into it. I apologize.
Oh man, I need to go get my awesome mic, so I sound more ballsy too now. Crap.
You're still gonna have a teenage girl's voice, David. Spoiler
The mic
alert.
won't
So,
help. The mic will not help.
Yeah. Whatever.
so yeah, sitting on the floor. That's Joe's role. Please don't steal Joe's mojo on that.
It's nice we're
David
seeing-
doesn't
we're-
know what
hey, we're all
DDoS
wearing
is.
black.
Minus
We're all-
500.
Yeah,
Wait, what, Booker?
we're all wearing black.
Yeah.
you
Well,
noticed
not
that?
not Terrier free.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were actually mocking me earlier because on the video intro, I
It's
pop
only
up on it.
treason if you lose. That's mine.
Yeah. On the video intro, I pop on it twice, and both times I'm wearing a black t-shirt. So they were like, "Do you own any other shirts?"
He only shops at the Lululemon outlet store in the girls section. is
Do
what
they
we
have
figured
one
out.
of those? I didn't know they had a Lululemon outlet store.
Yeah, Florida's not that sophisticated. Come on, maybe Miami. now, you've got to come show them. Now my wife came down here and she's like, "Is your shirt bigger than my shirt?" Even Now, the whole family's into it.
Minus 2,000
Say
to
hi.
Mike for. What's up, Casey?
Hey,
Whoa, Casey flashed us. We almost lost our YouTube channel there.
He said
we
we,
just
almost
had,
lost the channel
we just
because
had my favorite mouse script and Dave on the screen at the same time.
Yeah.
This is really good.
I should really just unplug this and let everybody come join.
She's
it'd be
for
so
sure
much
my
fun.
favorite Casey with that spelling.
You mean one of the correct spellings?
100 to Booker for having the best voice. That's very factual.
Thank you, Andy.
Every time I'm on with Booker, I start like playing with my voice, like I'm trying to like sound like I went to school. I didn't go to art school. I went to a real school.
This is actually the preview to our next show, which is "Are You Manlier Than a Booker?"
Yeah. All right, so welcome everybody. Let me add the slides here. See if this is working. Woohoo! All right. So thank you everybody for joining us. Welcome to Are You Smarter Than a Politician? The Friday night fiasco, as I like to call it. Thank you for making it the #1 rated game show at 8 p.m. for people between 36 and 48 who don't believe a word the government says. Please share this out. The more, the merrier. As you'll see, the chat is pure chaos and it's a lot of fun. So we rely on you to make the game fun. So please share this out and let's have some fun tonight. You can also watch this on my YouTube if my ex gets taken down because Casey flashes us again, or we also have the Rumble too. I don't know. I hope one of them allows flashing because I'm in favor of the flashing. So joining us, the candidate for Sakuratuko Independent School District Trustee, District 2, and retired Army Chief Warrant Officer Ryan Woodcraft. Welcome, Ryan. Welcome back, Ryan.
Socorro Independent School District.
Sakamajoro. What?
Socorro.
That
I
was
thought,
close.
I thought you
There's-
nailed it. I thought you absolutely nailed it.
Thanks. See, Booker knows. Booker knows the voice stuff and the pronunciation
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
So I'm going
500
with
points.
Booker.
That's 500 points for that.
Thank you, Booker. Thank you. You might want to learn how to say that, Ryan, before the actual election or maybe the debates or something.
Yeah, that's on me. That's my fault. I'll get it right.
Yeah.
It's the pronunciation, according to Booker.
Yeah. So, and then also joining us, David Mosgrip, Director at Large for LP Florida, and he's also the chair of LP Hillsborough. He's in a Partridge Family cover band, which I like to point out, and musical director, not of a cult. I was corrected last time. It's a church. It's not. I was not allowed to say that, so I needed to correct myself. Musical director of the church. Great guy. Welcome back. Thank you for coming, David.
Yeah.
So far, I think I nailed both introductions. So now I got to pay attention because next one's Booker. So
do I get to give you points? Because
this one's being graded. So I got to do better on this one. Booker, host of Truth Be Told with Booker Scott, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern on OutLoud.news. And
America
also
I'll take away
the author. Look at this,
America
Booker. You'll be impressed with my scramble skills here. Look at this, Booker.
Yeah.
Author of the upcoming book, Artificial Intelligence, the 28th Amendment. See, I even got it in the slides, Booker. I mean, this is like professional stuff. You probably don't see stuff like this in the real world.
No, never.
But, yeah. So got that in there. And the 500 Booker for knowing how to speech. Yep, that's good.
I give that guy 500 for that.
Minus 200 Ryan for catfishing. Good job. And then why is David's name displayed? It should be Casey's spouse. Yeah, that's good.
Booker, so since you're new to joining us, everybody kind of like idolizes my wife in our group. So we're going to get a lot of those comments. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of that she stands close to David, so she looks better in some ways. So
some ways.
Yeah.
Whoa. That guy that went downhill on the compliment front. I'm gonna have to give you some lessons before you go on another date, Free.
I'm just going for points.
That's it. He knows how to pander to the crowd. Burnen's here. He gave 100 to Mike. Mike's back on the board. That's great. And 5,000 to KC. Excellent. And we don't know which misspelled KC that's going to, but we'll figure that out. And 900 to Ryan for perfectly framing his head perfectly in the picture frame in the background. Oh yeah, that is well done there. That is well done.
Nice job.
And Kilburn, take away as many points as you want as long as it's from David. Oh, Kilburn's here. There we go. Just got here. How many points do we get? 500. 500. Give or take 500. Actually, let's make it 1,000. David's on the show. Give or take 1,000. And
I'm gonna set a new record.
Yeah. And Mike was almost in positive territory. Minus 23 to Ryan for correcting me. Yep, that's good. And Booker gets 100 for them trying to hide him behind the live view counter. Okay. I think that just might be where it is. Usually I put David down there and then I just put comments over him the whole time.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I actually got 500 points for my face being covered up so often on the last show.
Yeah.
It made it more viewable.
I think I interrupted myself when I was doing a really excellent job of introducing Booker's book. So I'll say it one more time: Artificial Intelligence, the 28th Amendment. So that's upcoming, correct, Booker?
Yeah, it is.
Yet to be released.
I'm working on it. It has not been released yet. So
excellent.
Got a ways to go on it.
Breaking news here. You heard it here first. So, and the lovely Terry, the hostess with the mostest, she's running the scoreboard for us as always, which I probably also need to load that at some point. And also I wanted to throw out, Terry is doing the doing spaces on education right now, which is very important because they're going to break up the Department of Education. I think they fired half the staff the other day, or most of the staff. So education hopefully will be going back to the states, and Terry's been trying to help people navigate through all of the steps that's going to take, and what parents need to know and what schools need to know. And so I couldn't recommend that highly enough. So follow Terry, set notifications for her. And she's also part of the rhino removal project as well. So follow that. I am Free, your host, Freedom for Us, for all. And the show is at Freedom Uncut. I actually tweeted from it twice in the last week, I believe. So good job by me. And Mini Free, my son's been helping us out. Mini Free for Us. He dragged the palm tree in here that I just bought off of that crappy Chinese website. So I got a new palm tree in the background. All right, so let's get into it. The rules are, I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count. Life isn't fair. Suck it up, buttercup. Nobody cares. So the rules are you can debate each other once. You can veto someone else's answer once. You could put a tariff on someone else's answer and either steal their positive score if they get it or negative score if they don't. You can ask for a recount of your points, but that won't go well for you. And you can also redistribute an answer. That's my liberal take on redistributing from someone smarter than you, which is a kind of a Democrat ploy. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to do that as well. 40 trillion for Terry. So that's going to be, that might break the database or something. So plus 100 to Terry because she's actually 25, but she's hosted this. Excellent. All right. And then, and similar to the government at the end, you're going to have to fill out a bunch of forms to see if you won or if you owe us money or if you're going to jail for point evasion. You start off with negative 50 points because the government gets paid first. If anybody were to ever actually win this, we have the Ron Paul Trophy. We have the Are You Smarter Than a Politician home game. We have How to Do Accents Like a Democrat. That's a 98 CD pack, which you have to have a CD player for because it's a little outdated. But the Ron Paul and the Murray Rothbard bobbleheads, the Federalist Paper comic books, Grand Theft America, the Biden crime family, Gazapalooza Casino and Theme Park, 6 days and 7 nights at the Gaza Resort being opened up by Trump. And we have Mike Johnson's signature cologne, Swamp Ass Cologne, as well as the Ayn Rand teddy bear. And, of course, the Killdozer Lego set. So lightning round. I'm going to put Terry in the back. Throw what you got in the comments if you want. Add points, remove points. Tell people what you thought of their answers. Thank you, Terry.
Oh, man. Am I at the top this time?
It's because of Casey. I
No.
haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
So.
there we go. Yeah,
feel better
it's
now.
because of Casey. Yeah. Free's like, no, yeah, you're at the top.
Yeah. What's up, Dana? Welcome. All right.
Hey, Dana.
Let's see.
That
Oh,
was
Terry
a
got
hard
promoted
wave,
to
just so you know.
senior vice president and executive producer. I did not know that. I probably need to start reading the emails about the show. Minus 100 to Booker for promoting a book that he can't purchase. Yeah, that's fair, Jim.
Here's my last
That's a good call.
family member that hasn't jumped in yet.
What's up?
All right,
Up. I almost got him now and got you instead.
Oh,
That's
come here,
twice
hurry.
now.
Run,
That's
run,
twice
run,
now.
Run.
What's up, big guy?
You said, what's up?
Excellent. Family night on here, apparently.
Yeah.
900 to Terry. 100 points Booker for being behind the live view counter. I think I said that one already. Plus 500 to Ryan for running for office. That's a good call right there. I like that a lot. All right.
I'll take it.
So lightning round. Here we go. 1 sentence answer, score determined by performance for the entire round. And the twist here is you will judge each other at the end of the round. So we'll go to David first because he did not want to go first. And that's kind of how I determined things. Tax policy, David. Do you think that reducing individual tax rates is a sound strategy?
I think eliminating individual tax rates is a sound strategy and going to a completely different system.
What system?
I will defer to Andy in the comments on that one. No, I do think we should go to either a minimal income tax or a sales tax with, oh, nice. Free hates the sales tax plan, by the way. But I think you should go to a sales tax plan with the exception of you should have waivers below a certain income amount still, because I do think that we should take care of the people in our society with how wealthy of a nation we are. Go ahead.
So a regressive tax that hurts the poor is really what you're in favor of there. Okay.
Nope.
Well,
That's
we'll see
why
what
I
the
said
chat. We'll see what the
a
chat
waiver
thinks
below.
about you trying to
Waiver
punish
below.
the poor and make them poor.
Waiver below.
So you can
below.
buy more station wagons for the school pickup line.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan
All right, go ahead.
Woodcraft, to you. Do you think that Trump's current tax strategy will improve the competitiveness of U.S. businesses?
If by tax strategy you mean tripling and quadrupling tariffs on trade just to rise prices, no, I don't. I think it's going to be a big issue for the next couple of years if we don't straighten it out.
All right. Let's see what we got so far here. Plus 100 to David for eliminating taxes without a replacement. I think you missed the but at the end there, Joe. There was a but. And
Whatever.
minus 200 to David for not saying taxation is theft. Andy's endorsing your tax strategy there, which is a bad sign. Tariffs and no income tax.
I said leave it to Andy. Come on.
Minus 250 to David for having an ideological response on tax, but no real idea. Ooh. Negative to David for no income tax. Yes, what Andy said. Florida taxes model is least terrible. Oh, David's getting beat up here. Minus 50 to Ryan for rewording the question. Minus 100 to David for answering with zero confidentiality. Did you mean confidence? I feel like that was supposed to be confidence.
Maybe Scientific is enjoying his Friday night.
Yeah. And all right, Booker, to you. Do you think Trump's tax policies favor corporate growth over individual benefit?
One sentence.
Yeah, yes or no, and then add a sentence for clarification. I mean, David talked for 4.5 hours, so
yeah, no, he took my time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think the tax cuts that they are going to extend benefit both. And I'll leave it there and then I'll respond.
Okay.
I don't know that I answered your question though, did I?
Yeah, I feel like that was that was a punt.
That was a politician type of answer.
I feel like you punted on first down there, which is not really.
Well, I think it's a complex question, really, because I think the tariffs are a big part of what will help corporate growth. But I think the tax cuts help the individual. If they don't extend the tax cuts, if you know what's going to happen in 26, it's going to get ugly for the American people. So I think it's really important that for the individuals that the tax cuts happen. And if that makes sense.
Yep.
I think what Booker is saying is these questions have nuance and you shouldn't just make it cut and dry.
Dave, I'm pretty sure Booker's smarter than you. You don't have to talk for him. Okay. Just keep your mouth shut.
I was going to ask, why didn't you use nuance any of your previous performances here? And
all right,
I'm going to randomly give myself 1,000 because it was confidence. Yep.
Well,
oh my gosh.
David thinks that nuance is the difference between an old black shirt and a new black shirt.
a pre-washed and a not washed. Scientific's so funny though that confidentiality worked for me too.
I have a feeling I already know who my points are going to in this round.
Minus 500 to Casey for not being here. Yeah, that's fair. And plus 100 to Booker for launching his presidential campaign with that answer.
Nice one, Andy. I deserve
it. Joe's giving you points for a politician answer on a game show about politicians.
Yeah.
There you go. Minus 500 for putting Booker in the corner. Minus 100 to Booker for not answering like Milton Freeman. Minus 100 to David for talking for Booker.
I'm used to David talking for me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a back and forth. It's fun. Minus 1,000 for Casey not spelling his name correctly.
Oh, Ryan's dad in the chat. Welcome, Mr. Woodcraft. Howdy, y'all.
Oh, we were just talking about you the other day. Awesome.
Ooh,
it was positive.
Minus 200 to David for admitting he's never been on top.
Yep, that happened.
No.
You guys were so silent there. I'm like, is this thing
I wasn't
on?
touching it.
No, it seems. Yeah. I was going to say. All right.
Minus 500 to Ryan for more than one answer. You're getting dinged by your dad in the chat here. This is excellent. This is the exact reason I do the show. This is the exact reason. I don't know why stuff's popping up. I think Terry's hitting the same buttons as me. That's always fun when we're.
I don't know why he's giving me crap. He doesn't do the show. If it's so easy, you do the show.
Yeah. How about that? How about that? The gauntlet has been thrown down, Bruce, from Michigan. Do the show. We need you on the show some night.
We haven't had
plus-
anybody from Michigan, have we?
Zach's on here, plus 500. David for giving us family night.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it was
so
family
much.
night until he admitted he'd never been on top, and then it went back to NC-17.
Oh my gosh, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
We did
All
the
right.
whole parenting thing.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. All right, David, to you, immigration policy nuance will be accepted if you'd like to use nuance yourself.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you believe that Trump's immigration policies have enhanced national security?
Yeah, I think they have. I would say though that I would like to see less excuse for us conducting government or military interference into other nations, though, as part of that.
You don't want to go attack the cartels?
I don't want that used as an excuse the way that Nixon used the war on drugs as an excuse to militarily intervene into any nation he wanted to. So that's why I'm hesitant about that part. That's the nuance part.
Vernon T says that many black shirts look like a Fed protest in New York pretending to be right-wing extremists.
Give him 500 points.
Vernon T is funny. He's hilarious. All right. So I think I got those. All right. To you, Ryan Woodcraft. Let's see if your dad kneecaps you again here. Do you think that Trump's immigration reforms will positively affect the economy?
You know what? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call in a phone a friend. Give me 1 second.
Can we do that?
Do I think what? Do I throw the question up there again?
Oh, there he is. There he is. Look at this. What is going on?
The better Woodcraft is with us.
So,
I'm from Michigan.
yes. So he called you in on the question that I worded very poorly, but do you think that Trump's immigration reforms will positively affect the economy?
Depending on whether we're spending more money or getting more money from the immigrations, boy, it's going to be a tough decision. I'm going to say that's probably going to hurt us.
All right.
That's probably going to be a negative. Yeah.
See, that's how you answer a question. That's well done right there. That's a great answer.
Can we get you to discipline Ryan right now for not giving us those kind of answers?
Sure. That'll be negative 300 points for Ryan.
Come on.
Terry, are you getting this? Terry, are you getting that negative 300 right there? I got a thumbs up from Terry backstage. She got that.
Unbelievable.
Oh, this is phenomenal. This is awesome.
Now we're figuring out that Ryan just did this so he could go grab a beer.
He's gonna come back with like a pony dog, and he's gonna be like eating in the background while his dad.
Well, I probably won't be in the chair that long, guys. So I won't let him do that to you.
All right.
We got from Joe, we got plus 100 to Ryan for getting someone smarter than him to answer the question. We got from Casey, we got plus 500 to Bruce, minus 500 from Ryan for skipping out on the question while running a campaign. Plus 100, I guess, for Bruce for taking his son's spot much easier on the eyes. That's a great comment. Right there.
Get that name.
Yeah.
Plus 500 to Ryan for looking way better at the moment. There we go. Yep.
Yeah, save the points because you give me the points, I'm just going to smoke them. All right. So give somebody else. Hey, I'm retired. All right. I don't care what you think, and I don't care what you think.
He's like, I have nothing to lose.
That is excellent. That is excellent.
Honesty,
He's gonna drop that mic right there.
Zach's got plus 300 to Bruce, minus 300 for Ryan for skipping our beer and not offering one to his dad. Yeah, that's fair too.
Hey,
Plus
Bruce,
1,000 for smoking points. There we go.
Bruce, do you want to come to the Libertarian Party of Florida convention? Just you. I'm just kidding.
Is it during spring training?
It's the first week of June.
No, thank you.
No, it's too hot down here for that. Yeah.
That's one of the 2 nice months in Michigan. The other one's when you leave Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, spring training's right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Joe says plus 100 to Bruce for not caring what anybody thinks, like a real libertarian. Minus 250 to Ryan for cheating, plus 1,000 to Bruce for smoking his points.
Look, Joe Biden got someone to answer his questions for 4 years. All right, don't give me crap.
Welcome, Sherry. She says 500 to Bruce because he's real cool. Minus 200. David is not authorized to ask any questions. Oh, Dana says pack your own loofah. That's an inside joke that. Minus 100 to Ryan for trying to look cool while holding a lemonade seltzer.
Can we? Hey guys, I forgot why I'm here.
So did we.
Yeah.
You got a lot of points to smoke. That was the problem.
I thought. Yeah, I did.
Scientific says plus 500 to Bruce for not showing up to the Libertarian Convention. Very libertarian of you. Plus, Chris is here. Welcome, Chris. Plus 500 to David for trying to recruiting. Oh, Green Man's here. Minus 500 for everyone on stage without a beard. Everyone knows not having a beard is LGB whatever plus adjacent. Minus 27 to David for not knowing what spring training is. Plus 500 to Bruce. Man, that made the chat go crazy, Bruce. You're like a rock star on here. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Gee. Well, I'm gonna give you. Hey, y'all. I'm
Thanks for
bailing.
doing this.
I got a little twisting to do. So,
All right.
y'all have a good night.
Yeah,
Thanks
for jumping on.
Bruce.
It was awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
This was great.
All right.
Way better than when David brought his family on.
You want me to come
Kidding.
have Casey flash you again?
Well, I mean, you brought it up, not me. We only have like a couple followers, so if we lose the channel, I mean, we lose the channel.
For the record,
So,
that's Modelo.
So Booker, you have to know the context here is when Free first met my wife, he goes, blink twice if you're here against your will.
No. You missed the part where she was at the Libertarian National Convention.
Yeah.
So pretty girl with David at the Libertarian National Convention. I mean, that's got to be a hostage situation.
I still think she was paid.
Yeah. Golf scores plus $1 billion to Terry. Michael said he loved Bruce being on. That's excellent. Minus 100 for having your dad leave. Yeah, that's fair. Joe says she's still blinking. Oh my God. Are you allowed to have Modelo when we're talking about illegals? That's a fair question as well. All right, I forgot what we're even doing at this point. So that was Ryan's question.
I'm gonna, for this round right off the bat, I'm gonna give all 500 of my points to Booker because I just took all of his time. So 500 points to Booker for me, Bogarting time.
Thank you.
Plus 100 for the Modelo.
I think I'm winning so far.
Yeah, we'll see. I still need to boot up the scores, so we might not even have scores. Who knows?
I'm giving
right.
all 500 of my points to Booker for not being Ryan.
Wait, can we get to the score part? David's trying to run the show now.
Sorry. All right, let's go.
All right, Booker, your turn.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel that Trump's policies have balanced security with compassion?
Oh, no. Do you want more? You want more nuance? I thought Ryan's dad got extra points for being concise, so that's what I was going for.
That's fair.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's really compassionate what's happening. Do you? No way. But it has to be done, in my opinion. I think all of us would probably agree with that. We don't want 15 million illegal immigrants in our country, and look at everything that they have done over the last 4 years. So I don't know that and compassion. I don't know what you mean with that word in that question. Are you talking about compassionate to the illegal immigrants, or who is he being compassionate to, or should be?
Well, it's Trump, so he's not being compassionate to anybody, probably.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, I
Yeah,
went with
yeah.
that to begin with. That should be some points.
Yeah. It's looking good in the chat for you. We'll take that. Yeah, we got a good answer. Plus 100 to Booker. Is compassion necessary? People are wondering about Andy's neck from wearing the huge chainmail thing on there. David's been replaced by one of the sculptures from junior high school, or
Not replaced, upgraded. David's been upgraded.
Dana says plus 250 to Booker for keeping it real. Minus 100 to Booker for not saying illegal immigration is unconstitutional. Andy's doing better, so we can stop the GoFundMe for Andy's neck from the stupid chainmail stunt. Chris likes Booker's answer, 500 points. 250 to Booker. Compassion is lame. Plus, Patriots here. What's up? Plus 1,000 to Booker for being a great speaker. Second best speaker on here is really what you were looking for there. David's taking away his fertility god or whatever the hell that was, and
it's a music god. I got it in Africa. Come on, but Patriot.
That's not
I
old.
Can't believe
that's not an
yeah,
old one. How old is
yeah,
it?
it is. I got that in 2000.
That was
That's
from
not
the
old. That's like
that was from the
25 years old.
2018 collection at Hobby Lobby.
No. Oh my gosh! No,
I've got an African. The reason why I said that, I've got an African bowl over here from 1880.
No, it's a djembe. It's a djembe.
That's old.
It looks really funny if you look at it from the wrong angle. That's
Oh gosh.
that's the problem.
really any angle there, David.
Yeah, that's true, Free.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how you look at it.
yeah. So, all right. So that was Booker. So back to Ryan, or back to David. I'm sorry. Border security for David here. Do you believe that building the border wall is an effective measure?
Not really, no, because you can dig under walls, as we've found out. You can climb over any wall. You can cut down a wall in between security rounds. I think that we should be using more effective technology. Going back to what Free says all the time is, in the last 20 years, computers have made our lives so much more efficient, and the government has only grown and become less efficient. So no, I don't think a wall is the most effective measure. We need to use emerging technology instead.
Minus 1,000 to David for thinking 2,000 is old. Yeah, that's fair. Now we've lost the YouTube stream due to that. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Plus 100 to David for shopping the clearance section at Pier 1. Yeah, that's plus 100 to David for knowing how 3D works. All right, so to you, Ryan. No cheatsies this time, okay? This is to you. Right. This is to you. Do you feel that Trump's border security policies protect American jobs?
No, and here's why. When you look at the fact that across the nation we have higher inflation, we're about ready to go into a recession, the economy is struggling. Our birth rates are dropping, and in order to sustain our economy, we need more immigration here to be able to fill jobs, create jobs, and sustain the economy. And so these immigration policies now are actually hurting American jobs in the economy, not helping.
So do you think that the government should give out more fertility statues from Hobby Lobby like David has there?
I think it's better than $5,000 in a free cell phone.
That's fair. Minus 100 to David for not suggesting adding sharks to the Rio Grande. Negative 69 to David for not mentioning private property has to be eminent domain for the wall. Great point. Plus 500 to David for saying walls aren't the only solution. Plus 200 if he adds lasers to the sharks.
Yes. Thank you. with
Minus 100
lasers
Ryan,
in their
inflation is down.
Down since when? That's
It
relative.
was in February. It was 2.8.
Yeah, but let's look at a 15 to 20 year average.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to get in. It's your show.
No,
you can-
debate.
Yeah, you can debate. You get one debate if you want to use it now.
Disagree. I don't disagree necessarily with what you said, Ryan. I think that we're about to get into some bumpy times because of the tariffs. There's going to be a trade war. We're going to see inflation of about 5%. That is on its way. But hopefully the idea behind it is it's going to create. The last time Trump was president, he created 600,000 manufacturing jobs. And the idea is to bring back heavy manufacturing jobs at Boeing, car manufacturing, and things like that. So we're talking about $80,000 to $100,000 a year jobs. So that is the offset. And we're going to have to go through some things in order to broaden the tax base, something that we were talking about earlier. Because right now, 40% of Americans don't even pay income tax. Again, something else we were talking about earlier. So you want to broaden that tax base so that we can work on the deficit, the debt, so that we can, make the country, the government smaller. So
yeah. So here's where I would kick back is government doesn't create jobs. Government can create government jobs, which are taxpayer funded. But private business and economy creates jobs. Government can set policy that creates the baseline for economic growth, but they don't create the actual economic growth.
No, 100%.
The other part, when you look at what, and this is just going to be a small sliver, when we look at the education sector, the reason tuition rates are so high is because government-backed loans exist. And because tuition rates are so high, the next generations are taking out so much student loan debt to get, 4-year and in some cases, graduate degrees that take them decades to pay off. That means they're getting into the workforce a little bit later or at a lower level. They're starting families later. And all of this it causes economic downturn. And so, when you talk about needing items that are going to hurt to cause change, I don't necessarily disagree with that. But President Trump himself did not create 650 million jobs. The government may have scaled back economic conditions for private business to do that. But the only jobs that government creates are government jobs, which are taxpayer funded, which just takes more money out of the pockets of the people and puts them into the hands of bureaucrats to disperse as they see fit. That I disagree with.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about the free market. And if you look, and I wrote an article on this probably about 7 or 8 months ago, and I took a look at Obama and Biden and what they did with regulations. If you just look at the regulations that the government, which can be done at the executive branch, and it is, Donald Trump in his regulations reduced manufacturing cost by $500 billion. Now, Joe Biden and Obama in 12 years, they have done $4.5 trillion of addition. That creates manufacturing, a small business, a mom and pop type of manufacturing company. I forget how many people employed. It was less than 50. It cost them $50,000 per employee with the regulations that they put on. For large corporations, it's only $27,000. So just in regulations alone, it can make a huge difference. And I'm not talking about government jobs. I'm not talking about government creating. I'm talking about policies from the executive branch of our government that can make a difference and take away the regulations that are so binding and preventing the American people from going to work for good jobs.
Does the executive branch really create policies, or do they just sign orders?
Well, as you have seen over the last 4 years, the administrative state, I think, is who has run our government, and that's the problem. And, we have the bureaucrats there that continue to run the government. It doesn't matter who's president. Even the last time Donald Trump was president, they were still running the government. That was the problem for a lot of things. And we saw the pushback on that. So, I think the executive branch with executive orders, I'm not a big executive order person. I wish we didn't have them. I wish we had to have legislation, but that's the way it is. And there are things that the executive branch can do that can make a difference. And so when you look at going back to the original point, the tariffs and those being added, which is going to create inflation. You can't run away from that. That's just the fact of the matter. It's going to create, as I said, about 5% inflation. But the payoff in the long term with deregulating so many jobs, not just manufacturing, but there's energy, all of that, it makes a huge difference in everything for the American people. And I'm not talking about the government creating jobs. I'm totally against that. If you pay attention, I think in June of 2023, Joe Biden added 70,000 government jobs. The number one sector of job growth in America under Joe Biden was the government. So when you look at Donald Trump, who has fired or they have agreed to resign or get out of the government, it's 100,000 number. That's just 1 month of Joe Biden's addition to government. So, it's a bunch of noise going on right now, but I'll stop right there.
No, deregulation, I think, is the goal. I don't think anybody here would disagree that the deregulation and putting the economy back into the local populace is the best course of action.
Yeah.
I will say when it comes to the economy, economic policy, and immigration, living on a border town in West Texas, none of those policies are helping our community. Not in the way that they should be, right? There may be some one-off second and third order effects that are helpful, but the overwhelming majority of our economy is manufacturing or warehouses for distribution because of where we sit geographically. And so all of these policies right now have been a detriment to our local community. And so some of these policies, right? And it frustrates me that when a president can do something with a stroke of a pen, it can negatively impact local communities. That's way too much government overreach in my perspective. Like it should not get that far. And so when you look at El Paso paying top 5 highest property tax rates in the nation, when you look at a 22% poverty rate, an article just came out this week that of the major cities in Texas, El Paso has a growth of 0.1%, where the other major towns are booming. And it all comes down to overtaxation, overregulation, and not being able to get out of our own way from a governmental perspective. This is definitely a conversation that I'd love to have that's not going to fit into an hour and 5 minutes left on a game show. But I don't see this benefiting the people in this community and their pocketbooks and their kids' future the way that some other people may.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to taxation, you're talking about a local issue. That would be an El Paso issue. So, I'm a big advocate for being active locally, and I have been for years. And that's, you need to. Well, I wouldn't look at the executive branch or the federal government to solve the problems of El Paso if
tariffs or taxes. Tariffs or taxes.
I understand that's the inflation. That's what I talked about.
Right.
I said there would be a 5% inflation, but the trade-off eventually, because we can't continue down this road. We're going down a road where we have lost manufacturing jobs. That's why 40% of Americans don't pay taxes. So what jobs are we going to create for them, are going to be created for them in a free market? With the tariffs, you are giving incentives to companies and corporations to come back to America and create those jobs. Now, I know what you're saying. Barack Obama said this prior to Trump coming into office the first time. Manufacturing is dead in America, and you can look this up. Donald Trump added 600,000 manufacturing jobs. Things are being manufactured. We're purchasing them. They're coming into this country. The things that we are sending out, they're taxing the crap out of it. It's not fair. It's not level. So let's create a level playing field. Companies will come back to America, which is the idea, and they will invest in America. Look at the investment that's already been announced. Look at what Apple did. What was it? $500 billion they announced. Another company was $100 billion. Now, the Apple contribution, and not just a contribution, but investment, I think some of that was in Texas, as a matter of fact. But they do that every once in a while, but it's still $80 billion more than what they did the last time. So
the government using both thumbs to tip the scales of free market capitalism isn't free market capitalism. It's crony capitalism. And so whether you increase tariffs or decrease tariffs, it's government controlled monetary policy.
Well, how does an individual control other countries putting tariffs on goods that they make in a manufacturing warehouse? They put it on a truck, it goes on a ship, it goes overseas. And that worker in El Paso is being penalized because we don't have a tariff, because it's not fair. That the product that they're making in El Paso is being taxed, which makes American goods and products less desirable around the world. And so that's why we have to bring those jobs, American manufacturing jobs, back for the people of El Paso, so that and again, I'm talking about heavy manufacturing jobs is the goal here. We're talking $80,000 to $100,000 a year jobs. Heavy manufacturing is the goal there. That then broadens the tax base, regardless of how we collect it, whether it's by a sales tax or it still is a IRS and an income tax, which I'm against. I think we should abolish the IRS altogether. We don't need it. But anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I think that's the bigger picture of the way to look at it, because I don't think it's fair to that guy in El Paso working in that factory that the product that he is making, it's the tax is so big overseas that we can't sell enough product because it's not competitive. By making it competitive, by putting tariffs on other products that are coming into this country, then they'll stop doing that. Those companies will bring manufacturing here, which creates more jobs. And so we have to live through some inflation, some bumpy roads. And you know, I talk about this quite a bit because I'm old enough to remember. I don't know if you guys are, but in 1978, 79, and 80, the economy was terrible. The mortgage rate was 18, 19%, I think my parents paid. Gas was a joke. If you had to go to the gas station, depending on what your number was on your license plate, you could go on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That was Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan comes in, things were bad as they could be. And it took him about 2 years to start anything in a positive direction. Joe Biden destroyed this country, and it's going to take a couple of years for anything to start showing an improvement.
More government is not the answer to the problems that government caused, right? If government comes in, breaks our economic kneecaps, hands us a wheelchair and see, we gave you a wheelchair. You should be thankful for us to help you get around.
Yeah.
Get government out of the way of economics. The jobs
we're
will
singing,
thrive.
we're singing from the same songbook, though.
Yeah, it's just it sounds to me like your solution is that government needs to save us from government, and I don't believe that to be the case.
No,
Get government out of the way.
I'm saying that as I look at a federal government, I think the federal government's job and only job in reality is to protect American citizens. Now, whether that's with the Department of Defense or whether it is with our jobs, then that is their job. They're the only ones that can put on a tariff on other countries in the world to level the playing field. They're it. The guy in El Paso working at a manufacturing job, he can't do anything to make his product more valuable in other countries. And I'm not for big government. I'm a huge, smaller government person, but I do believe that I believe the sole job of the federal government is to protect its citizens and protecting our jobs, creating so that free market can create jobs. That's what I expect from our government.
Yeah, I don't see tariffs as being able to do that. Right? Oh, jeez.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
That's okay. That's okay. That's the point of the show,
we're
right?
done, Ryan. But I enjoy the conversation. I do.
Of course, that's what it's about.
David went and got someone smarter than him too. Is trying to pull
smarter
up.
than all of us, actually.
All right. Well, the comments lit up here during that. So,
oh boy,
plus 250 to Booker for keeping it real. Plus 100 to Ryan for the economic forecast. Minus 150 to Ryan for being wrong. Minus 69 to Ryan for too good of an answer. Minus 100 to Ryan for not understanding. Plus 300 to Ryan for being a Make-A-Wish version of Ricky Gervais. minus 500 to Ryan for saying we're going to a recession. We're not. Zach plus 500 to both of you for debating it. Dana plus 1,000 to Booker for his calming voice.
Very soothing.
Gary plus 2,000 to Booker for his long-term outlook. Plus 150 to Booker for giving a coherent answer. Minus 300 to Ryan as AI and robotics will make up for the lower birth rate. Does that mean we're going to be doing the machines? That sounds weird.
No, I think that's a great point. 100%.
He's like, I'm 100% going to be doing that.
Plus 500 Booker for completely understanding. Plus 200 to Booker. plus 1,000 to Booker, plus 200 to Booker, plus 1,000 to Ryan for saying what I was thinking. Get out of my brain, sir. It's strange and I have confusing feelings. Minus 100 to Ryan for thinking regulations don't add jobs, and plus 100 to Ryan for knowing government jobs are a scam. Minus 200 for Ryan for spinning the debate into an opportunity to discuss education versus addressing the actual question. Zach says Booker wins. Booker wins from Bernard T. 500 from Zach to Booker. Jim Bob says Booker wins hands down, plus 250, plus 150 to Ryan for running for office, plus 1,000 to Booker for replacing Keith Morrison as my new favorite soothing voice. That's a compliment.
Yeah, it is. I love Keith Morrison. That's who I fall asleep with every night.
Well, this is getting weird. All right. And
I have to sleep with murder shows, so I turn on Keith Morrison and he puts me right to sleep.
Minus 500 Booker. Trump had more regulations when he left office than when he started. Plus 500 Booker for saying bureaucrats are controlling the country. Plus 1,000 to Booker for being against government jobs. Minus 100 to Booker for drinking water. Now we're getting to the important stuff. Plus 200 to Ryan for real estate vibes. David's teddy bears answering now. Minus 3 to Booker for stealing my answer. Plus 100 for saying tariffs or taxes. Minus 250 to Ryan for using the Joe Biden defense. Minus 200 to Booker for not saying we shipped our economy.
That was like 20 minutes ago. That doesn't count. How far back do you go?
Dude, I'm scrolling like crazy here.
No, the problem is you're using like the American memory. That's the problem. That's why we keep repeating our history. 20 minutes ago does count.
What?
But we don't remember it.
I can't. What did you say?
Plus 200 to Ryan and Booker for not letting David make this about him. Plus 100 to Ryan for keeping it local. Plus 300 to Booker for making the best case for tariffs I've heard yet. Plus 1,000 to Booker. 40% of Americans do not pay taxes. It's actually like 66% do, or 70% don't pay taxes. Plus 2,000 for Booker for winning this week's show and that next week's as well. I don't think that can happen. Why is Andy going to be on next week? I got to talk to Terry. Minus 100 to Ryan for saying tariffs are taxes without specifying it's a consumption tax that only taxes the consumers that choose the products. Depends on which products, though. Plus 500 Booker. Say no to sombrero auto vibes. Plus 500 to David so he gets some points.
Thank you, Patriot.
Is it now Ryan Woodshed? Booker just dropped the people's elbow. Ouch, that hurts. Minus 250. I left to register as a Republican. That'd be an interesting turn.
If I lose points for taking a stance against status policy, I'm all for it. Take them away.
Plus 100 to Booker for speaking my language. Plus 100 to Booker for saying abolish the IRS. I guess that's an older one. Minus 300 from David for making this about him. Plus 1,000 the first one of Ryan or Booker to do a star jump.
I don't know what that is, but I'm going.
I don't think that's it.
Let me see what
you can have the point.
Yeah, Booker's like, I'm not doing it, but you lose.
David, please email us 5 bullet points on why you should be back on the show. David or Booker, are you drinking water instead of vodka? I think that's a don't ask, don't tell situation. Plus 100 to Ryan for saying get government out of the way. Oh, I hit the bottom of the scroll here. 1690 to David for standing up to the haters. That must have been a negative. Plus 50 to Ryan for slam dunking on economics, which is the only time Ryan has ever slam dunked.
I'm getting burned by the phlebotomist. This is ridiculous.
I got 210 and they deported me. Actually, the only deportation this week, I believe, was Andy. So plus 500 to Terry as she's been and on her way back now from Venezuela. 200 to Ryan and Booker for a great intelligent debate, and 1,000 to David for replacing himself with a bear. That's fair. Yes. That might be the greatest strategy David's ever used on the show, is replace himself with a teddy bear. That is the biggest point swing ever in David's history there. Oh my God. Let's do the points. What the hell?
So here's the problem. I texted Casey and I was like, "Can you bring down that teddy bear I bought you?" She's like, "Why?" I was like, "No reason."
I need points. I need points. That's that reminded me a little bit of when Joe Biden was replaced with Kamala.
No, Joe Biden would have been the teddy bear in that scenario.
So here's the points right now. We've got Booker way out front. 9150, nearing the 10,000 mark. I don't think anybody's crossed the 10,000 mark. Got Ryan in positive territory, which
That's new for me. That's a start.
He had a 4,000 point bloodbath there. So he's at 862. And David is, in David territory with negative 1,300. So
no, actually, like I'm higher than I usually are or am. And
I bet you are Panama Red.
And he's
Mike,
using props.
Yeah, he's doing. He's gone carrot top with the props there. He's got the fertility monkey and the teddy bear, and Mike trying to make David feel good about himself by being negative 28,050 points. So thanks to Mike for that. Booker Mike missed the first show, and we've just been penalizing him ever since then. So he's at negative 28,000. So. So that was interesting. That was good. Good job by you on that round, David. That was pretty impressive. So
thank you.
Yeah. Wow, we got so many more still. Oh my God. All right, I'm just gonna go. And all right. Whose was that? Was that yours, Ryan?
Wait, how did Ryan get on top? This is weird.
I actually don't remember if that was mine or Booker's, but
I don't
it
either.
worked out well.
It must have been yours, Ryan. So this one's to Booker. Do you agree that current border security measures are essential for national security?
100%. We had 170 people on the terrorist watch list that came into this country. We don't know where they live. They may be living next door to you. Maybe someone that rapes and murders someone. So absolutely 100%. Nobody needs to come in here. The numbers are incredible what's happening right now. One day last week, there were only 292 border encounters. So I agree earlier with the wall discussion. I don't think we necessarily need a wall. We need other things, but we need good policy. And the world knows that America is not playing and not allowing people in. Now, we can have a discussion about immigration, legal immigration, because it's long overdue. It's been 40 years since Ronald Reagan did anything. That we need to have that discussion and we need to do it, but it needs to be done the right way. None of us are against legal immigration. That's what America is. But anyway, that's too long. We're going to go to 10 o'clock if I don't shut up. So I'll shut up.
We usually go to 10, so but I hope Terry told you that.
I was just talking. I was just talking on that. I could have talked for another 45 minutes. And
No. You can keep talking as long as
that's all right. No, I'm done. I talk every night for an hour, so I'm used to
it. David, I muted you while you were trying to muster up confidence there or whatever was stuck in your windpipe.
I know. I saw it. It said the host has muted you. Again,
good.
Thank you.
Hey, points for the host on that. That's a good job catching that and putting him on mute. Nice.
This is like I'm getting a tutorial here on how to not do this in a terrible way. So I appreciate that, Booker. Thank you. I got a University of Phoenix associate's degree in clicking the wrong buttons on this. So that's really my training.
my wife's family, who she says is they don't have a family tree, they have a stump. Not real intelligent people. And what are you looking at me like that for, David? I'm just telling you what she said. I'm not saying that about them. I've never even met these people. So now I even forgot what I was going to talk about. Way to go. Never mind. Let's go on to the next question.
Welcome to the detail, Booker. This is how it works.
I think it was my education pedigree. You were about to compare it to a stump.
University of Phoenix. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. One of her second or third cousins in the stump. He posted on Facebook that he got accepted to the University of Phoenix. And this was like 10 or 12 years ago. I'm like, if you got a checkbook, everybody gets accepted to the University of Phoenix.
That's like slightly above getting let into a immigration deportation camp.
It's like, no offense to my in-laws, but
I have never met these people.
How did I lose points? That was like a half hour long. I don't even pay attention when it's 5 minutes long. Try to pay attention. I'm not good at this. We just covered that level. Plus 100 to Dave for saying, how did Ryan get on top? This is weird and nobody noticed. Well, I mean, it's David. We like most of the comments go that direction.
I like
Plus 1,000. Anybody can produce a sealed MRE before the end of the show.
You know, the way this is going, Booker's never coming back, right? You guys are just blowing this opportunity.
That's why we go 2 hours. We're hoping there's like one good minute somewhere where he's like, where he gets little Stockholm syndrome and thinks that this was a good idea at some point.
Yeah.
So
Like a birdie on the 18th hole
exactly.
after shooting 120.
Yeah.
No. Booker's cool. He's totally on board with this. Go ahead. I'll pass it off to you, Free.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
And can I give David 500 points for talking for me there? Thank you, David.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So
Yes,
right now the order is the teddy bear, David, then Booker, I think is what we're saying there. So, all right. To David, energy policy. Do you believe that prioritizing fossil fuels will strengthen U.S. energy independence?
Yes, because there was a big push for a while that we would not drill for our fossil fuels in order to deplete the reserves of other nations. So by actually using ours, that will strengthen our energy independence instead of, oh, great, awesome. Instead of relying on other nations, which we have never had energy independence, no matter what the Republicans or Democrats tell you. So yes, it will.
You're the only contestant we've ever had, David, that I can distract by showing you yourself.
Squirrel.
Because I am an introvert who tries to be an extrovert.
Oh, you got muted again. I don't know what happened there. Your sound went out or something. Ryan, to you.
Weird
Do you
how that
agree that
happens.
deregulating the energy sector is beneficial?
Absolutely. And I think you need to stop with the subsidies as well. It goes back to getting government out of the way. You know, look, we live in the Sun City. We have 300 days a year that are beautiful. This week has been terrible. We've had 60-mile-an-hour winds and sandstorms. But solar power and solar energy here is going to be much more effective than it would be in places where wind is better off. And so again, I think local economies can incentivize businesses and energy companies to set up some of those natural resource tapping alternatives, but get government out of the way and let the market handle it.
Excellent. Booker, to you. Do you agree that Trump's energy strategy is essential for economic growth?
Yeah, I do. And I can echo a little bit about what David said in his answer. And I would push back a little bit when he says we have never been energy independent. 2019, we were, and that number comes from the fact that the number of barrels that we use per day, we could actually produce and refine here in America. Now, I think what David was probably talking about is, Canada brings in most of the oil, and they did in 2019, but we were still able to produce the amount of oil that we consume every day. Another part of the problem with being energy independent, though, is being able to refine enough oil to make a difference. I don't know if you guys realize this, but in last year, we were up to 21 million barrels per day, which was higher than it was in 2019. Obviously 20 was low because of COVID, but go back to 2019. So even though they tried everything they could with the Green New Energy deal and all the windmills and solar and everything that they pushed down our throats that we had to have, it went the wrong way for them. We're actually producing more oil now than we ever have been.
And then
I
I hit
agree.
the
We
wrong
had
button
the
again.
we had the ability, we just didn't do it. And so, yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, but we can't right now.
I got there's no way that David and Ryan are that close to Booker on the scores. That's fair. Ryan is positive, negative 863. So now you're in third. Plus 300 to Booker. You could run through a wall if you wanted to. Plus 100 to Booker for shutting up.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Plus 500 to muting David. I think that's for me. Yeah. And another 1,000 to me for keeping David on mute. In case he enjoyed that too. Yeah, another 1,000 for me for maintaining decorum. And Sherry liked Booker going after the family. That's gonna make for an uncomfortable family dinner there. Negative 200 to David for speaking for Booker again. Negative 300 to David to counter Booker's gift to David. Negative 100 for criticizing University of Phoenix and their print your own diploma policy. Plus 100 to David for energy independence. Plus 100 to Ryan for solutions getting government out of the way. Plus 1,000 to David for masquerading as an extrovert. Plus 250 to David for getting Booker to echo his answer. And plus 1,000 to Booker for facts. So caught up yet again. All right. David, military spending. Do you believe that increasing military spending will improve national security?
No. I think a lot of our military spending ends up in the hands of the military industrial complex. And so, no, I don't think increasing military spending will increase our national security. I think that ending our interference in foreign conflicts and bringing our troops back home and giving them the responsibility of protecting our borders will enhance our security.
I just like to leave you on there for a second.
Yeah, I know you do.
To just let you bask in your own glow there for a second, you know.
It's not weird at all, man.
All right. So Ryan, to you. Was that only one? No. Where am I? Did I skip one?
I think the
Here we
question
go.
is, where's Bruce? Why are we asking Ryan questions?
Right here.
Here we go. Ryan, to you. Do you feel that Trump's military spending policies strengthen the U.S.?
Isn't that the one you just asked David?
What did I ask David? Maybe I'm skipping around here. Did we do this one? Do you think defense spending increases are necessary for the economy? We didn't do this one.
I'm not going to lie to you. I zoned out when Dave's talking because it usually doesn't matter. Do you think defense spending increases are necessary for the economy? No. We already overpay based on GDP for our defense industry. Having lived within that industry for the past 24, 25 years, there are massive inefficiencies. There's massive bloat. You know, I don't think it's any secret that I am not a fan of DJT or this administration. What I do love is that they are cutting the unnecessary fat from every government agency that they can find. Now, some of them are going to hurt. They realize that it was bad cuts, and they can bring some of those folks back until they can figure out how to trim appropriately. But I think you could shave 25% off of the DoD's budget today and not impact our national security. It'll impact the military industrial complex, which is going to get kickback from U.S. congressmen and senators because of companies and bases that are in their constituency. But I don't think so, especially if you give the savings from those cuts back to the taxpayers. Right? If you gave me all the money back that I spent in taxes that went to the military industrial complex, I could strengthen my local economy with that. So, yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
And now David can bask in my glow as well.
All right. So, Booker, to you, foreign policy, China, and I'm skipping one. So, to you, Do you agree that imposing tariffs on Chinese imports is an effective strategy?
Absolutely. China is America's number one adversary. It's not even close, and they have been. They have long-term plans. The Belt and Road Initiative that started in 2012 has been highly successful. We see countries now that are pulling out of it. Absolutely, 100%, he should slap a tariff on them. They have stolen intellectual property, and they've been doing this for years. There are spies all over the place. The thing that's interesting about China is China needs us so much more really than we need them. And, they're, as a communist country, they have to provide jobs for their people. They can only stay in power if their people are working. And if America isn't buying their products, which we do, then they are in trouble. And the CCP could lose control. There could be an uprising. So there's a lot of leverage that Donald Trump and America has over China.
All right.
100%.
Well,
Like our capitalism supports their communism. 100%.
Yep.
all right. Well, we got a challenge for you here, Booker. We got a little thing here we call a boss fight. And we've brought in a regular contestant on the show to debate you on your last answer. So welcome, Casey. American versus Gov.
What up, guys?
You got the new show. What's the new show called?
They both suck.
They both suck. I should.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Casey.
So
What up, guys?
It's my second favorite Casey. My second favorite Casey's on the show. This is great.
Well,
This
yeah,
will not be the Casey we want flashing us, by the way.
everybody knows the first favorite Casey. Yeah.
All right, so we got a boss fight. So let me remove everybody else from the stage here.
What do we do?
And
What are we doing? What's a boss fight?
It's a debate. It's a debate.
Okay.
So you're going to be debating Casey on this one. And so we'll go to Casey first, and then you can.
Yeah. So the question is, do you feel the no? Do you believe that a hardline stance on China is beneficial for the? Oh, wait, imposing tariffs on Chinese imports an effective strategy? And you are saying yes, it is, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So when it comes to imposing tariffs on China, the reason why I say that it is not an effective strategy, would you agree that majority of our products that we consume and use in the United States is manufactured in China?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I think I said that in my answer.
And so when it comes down to the situation that we have right now, where all of our costs are so high, it makes it logical that we should actually increase those costs even higher for a majority of the products that we do buy.
It actually, well, that gets into the conversation we had earlier, where I said that it's going to be a 5% inflation.
Right.
That is, it's going to come. I've talked to people, that are working with the administration and with Senator Bill Haggerty, and they admit that is part of it.
Right.
But you got to get into the semiconductors. That's another big part of this. Which is why they want Taiwan. And they talked about Stargate with Elon Musk and Donald Trump and putting that in Texas. And yes, I still say that putting tariffs on China, because China doesn't. They put huge tariffs on our products, and it goes back to the conversation that Ryan and I were talking about. If it's not fair for the guy that's in El Paso at a manufacturing plant, he can't get a job because China's making stuff for nothing and shipping it in here, and yet if the guy in El Paso was making the same product, China would tax the crap out of it, and it wouldn't be affordable, and people there wouldn't buy it. So, I think it levels the playing field.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. We brings everything to the table to where we're kind of equal, right? But we're really not equal, because what we're doing is we're actually taking a state of economy to where we already can't afford things, and GDP is already going down. We're going to make it worse to where you didn't want to acknowledge earlier that we are going into a recession. That will further cause our GDP to go down because Americans can no longer afford as much as they used to. And so now we're not going to be able to spend to keep that GDP high. And so definition of a recession prior to Joe Biden changing it
right.
was 2 quarters of a negative GDP, correct?
That's right.
So in this situation that we are in, we are forcing a recession to happen by the end of the second quarter, because the first quarter is generally a negative GDP almost every year.
I don't see a recession because there's other things that are going on that could bolster economy and the GDP. However, it very well could. I just don't see that happening. But I know that we're going to go through some pain. We
Sure.
are going to go through some pain on this, but I think we have to look long term. And and that's kind of the thing with everything, whether it's Social Security, healthcare, whether it's the debt and deficit spending. It can't be done at one moment. It's going to take time. We have to tighten our belt buckle and prepare ourselves for inflation and possibly recession. But I still think that the tariffs, back to the question and the reason why we're having this conversation, I still believe that the tariffs on China, again, because it's leverage, that's it, more than anything. That's what people miss on this. If you think Donald Trump actually wanted to put 25% on Canada and Mexico, he never did. He wanted them to cooperate with what he wanted them to do at the border. Had they, he would have never done a 25% tariff. With China, it's the same thing. It's leverage. You got to watch them going into Taiwan, and then they have all the semiconductors. China creates all the semiconductors anyway. They own that business. So, and that's off the track. So anyway, does that make any sense to you?
It does make sense. I understand your argument, and that's one of the reasons why I say don't get rid of tariffs entirely, is because I do believe they are a great negotiation tactic. But I do believe with big entities or governments like China and Russia and some of these others, it doesn't make sense because they already are so big, they could afford it in some way, and they'll sacrifice in another way to be able to make that happen. And then we still end up having to pay for it on the cost of our products. The part that I am concerned with these tariffs on China is the quantity of products made over there. We are already strapped as it is. Thankfully, eggs are going down. We consume a lot of eggs in my house, so that's going to help us. But when it comes down to everything else, that's going to go up. That's going to counter eggs. That's going to counter any of the other U.S.-made products because we don't have enough of them here yet. I can agree that if we were making things here in the United States very strong from a manufacturing standpoint, we are in a good position. But I don't think we are in that place yet that we could do it. And I think we are setting ourselves up for a very rougher time in Q2 and Q3 because we will be entering a recession by posing these tariffs on China.
Yeah. And I don't agree with that premise. I don't think that we will get into a recession, even using the old definition. Let's use that. Let's not use whatever. I don't even know that Joe Biden ever defined it.
No, it's
we're not
very
having
weird.
Yeah. I mean, we can agree to disagree. We'll watch how it unfolds. But I think that, again, I just really believe that it's leverage. China's economy has not been good. They've been struggling.
That's correct.
And they're struggling more than we have been. And that's not going to help them. If because of the cost going up on something, if people choose to buy something else or not buy it, if they quit buying the Chinese product, that hurts China even more, which also brings them to the table for more negotiation.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying, and kind of what we're talking about is predicting the future, right? So there's no real answer here. It's wait and see. But the part that I think we are setting ourselves up for is it very economically in a bad spot. And then we're also giving the Democrats and the left an upper hand to where they can hang that over Trump's head for his entire presidency. Because if we can say we entered a recession, Joe Biden can say we didn't, because they can say that because they lied to us about the economy for 4 years. Yeah. And that is how they hid it. But we know that that is their argument and what they will be digging out of their bags when it comes to that point in 3 months.
No, I don't think it's. I've said this a lot on my show. Is the window of opportunity for legislation is really about 8 to 14 months, because at the end of 14, maybe you can stretch it to 18 months. He's going to lose the House of Representatives. The moderates are going to disappear. No legislation is going to be done. He's basically a lame duck until whatever happens in the midterm will happen. The American people, I think, are smart enough to realize what they just lived through, with the highest inflation since Jimmy Carter. I was talking about him earlier. 40 years is the highest inflation ever, the highest gas prices in history. That's what they just lived through. And I don't think we would even get to that point even if there were a recession. And so I think that, you can't worry about elections. I don't, and I talked about this on my show tonight. I don't think Donald Trump cares one bit about any of that at this point. He has an agenda that he's trying to accomplish. He doesn't care what you say about him or the Democrats.
Sure.
He's gonna get it done, and that's the way I view what he's doing.
Yeah, I understand your position. I really do. I disagree with the tariff part, especially on a country like China. And we're wrapping up, Free. But when it comes down to this whole thing, if you go back and look at smartphones, look at how cheap an iPhone was during Trump's first presidency, and look what it is now. And the reason for that, when Trump took over and he started imposing those tariffs, all of our electronic devices went through the roof with cost. Like, we have cell phones that are thousands of dollars now, when prior that was the number one top most expensive phone, the highest paid phone you could get. And that's what we do to our electronic devices. And we are all very hooked on them now in the United States. We have TVs in every room, cell phones in every pocket, computers in every house. That's only extra costs that Americans have to burden and take that on. And I don't think we are in a place to do that right now.
Yeah, no, you make great points. I wouldn't disagree with anything that you've said, but here's what I would leave you with. What do we do? Do we continue to do business as we have done it with $37 trillion in debt and $1.7 trillion deficit spending? Is that what we do? Or do we make drastic changes to make a difference so that the American people can have better lives? And that's what this is all about. And they may hurt for a little while, and I say they will, but the end, at least in Trump's eyes and the people that he has around them, they believe that this is the answer for 5 and 10 years down the road, that Americans can be living better lives. And we
Sure.
may just have to sacrifice. I think a lot of us realize that, when it comes to things like Social Security, we haven't done anything about that.
Right.
We need to have conversations about that. There needs to be some sacrifice for things like that. And we're just not addressing any of it. That's what our government has been doing. It's time for something to change. And at least somebody is trying something.
Right.
Maybe it won't work. Maybe it'll blow up, but who knows?
No, what do we do? And we'll call it here, but what do we do? The biggest problem that I see is we don't have electronic manufacturing here in the United States. We don't do a very good job from a semiconductor standpoint or anything electronic. We have multiple facilities here within 30 minutes of my house here in Utah that we used to make them here. And we are not even encouraging them financially in any way to spin up these factories and start using them again. And if we could give tax breaks or anything like that for new corporations to come in, bring in interns from college that want to get into semiconductors. The other thing that I'm a big proponent on is encouraging kids and adults, young adults, to be going into trade, because then they can work with their hands and they get more creative. And that is where you start seeing more manufacturing just flourish. But right now, we're trying to punish another country, hoping that it's going to come here, when China knows that we don't have the skill to do it right now. And so we really need to up that for us to really realistically bring that here to the United States.
Do we make any phones here? And I'm done. Free.
There's one. There's one phone.
Motorola, is that made?
No, it's called the unplugged phone. It's
Okay.
the only phone that's made here in the United States. And it's really small. Doesn't have a big market at all.
Okay.
We make
you.
those
Thank you,
payphones
Casey.
with the rotary on them still. That's
Yeah, that's what free tech's on.
yeah. So that
Frank,
was
can I-
awesome. That was fun.
Can I put 2 cents in on that, or are we just going to move on?
Well, let's do it.
Yeah. So a couple in bullet points. We don't have to debate them. The United States makes the best high purity polycrystalline silicone in the world. We make it here stateside, right? China is much better at making the cheap stuff, and we buy all their cheap stuff because it's cheaper. We can tie that back to labor cost. We can tie that back to a myriad of other things. Where the rubber meets the road is the American consumer wants the best product at the cheapest price. That's what they want. And some of our economic policies, you want the best product at the cheapest price. That's what you want.
Is that where we spend our money?
Well, where you spend your money.
How many Cybertrucks and how many Teslas do you see on the road? That is not the cheapest car that you can go and buy.
No,
It's
not the best product
an
either.
upper middle class car to purchase.
It's a show me truck. It's not functional. It's a show me truck, right? It's no different than a Lamborghini. It's like, hey, come look at me.
It's expensive.
When we're
It's
talking
not a
about,
truck.
thank you, Booker. Thank you. 200 points for Booker for calling it not a truck. I'm going to get ahead of the comments on that one. I think when you, at the end of the day, what this comes down to, right? People want the best thing they can buy for the cheapest price, right? So if I can get an iPhone 16 at Walmart for $70 cheaper than I can get it at Verizon, the likelihood of me getting it at Walmart based on price alone is greater. Right now, I still have to take it to Verizon to get service or whatever, right? But China does a better job of mass producing products that are good enough for American consumers, because we've got ADD in consumerism, just like we have ADD in everything else. And when my phone needs a new battery or the screen breaks or whatever it is in 2 years, I'm going to trade it in. I'm going to get another one.
Yep.
Right. And so this isn't a manufacturing problem. This is an economic development and foreign policy problem that is driving these costs and these jobs out. That's the real issue. And so what we need to do is fix the policies to allow those products to be made here, because we make the highest, purest quality form anyways. And then we just use China to make all the cheap stuff. What are we doing?
And one other point, Casey, and I'll be done on it. I just want to jump in here. Labor in China is free. It's hard to compete with that. So, for someone here that's trying to make $80,000 to $100,000 a year, competing against somebody that goes to work to make the telephones that we buy, and they don't pay them because they're a communist country, it's not fair.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And Ryan, I don't disagree with you a whole lot. Like, the big thing is I believe Americans will spend the money if they see the quality in the product. They don't expect the cheapest, they expect good quality. And so that's where I disagree with you saying that we want the best for the cheapest. We do want that, but we will spend the money if we see the quality in that. And that is where it's different.
If you have the economic standing to do that, kudos to you. Most folks in my community do not.
Sure. I get that. I get that. But the bigger problem that I see in your system is what I was highlighting is we don't even have the skill here to manufacture. We have to bring that up with it. We haven't talked about that at all. How are we going to start making silicon? My boss was working at one of the manufacturers here locally that we shut down when it shut down. And his dad has worked at that for 40 years prior. So we have a long history of it, but we're starting to lose the knowledge because of age and generation. And right now, my generation, your generation, we don't have anybody to come in and do these jobs.
Oh, we do. We do. Our education policy is a little bit lacking. We need to tighten that up, but our immigration policy needs to follow, because right now it ain't there.
Fair.
The people that want to come here and do the job will come here and do the job. Our immigration policy is making it that they don't. But that was like 50 slides ago. So I don't want to go back to previous topics.
So are you backing Elon bringing in a whole bunch of people from other countries to do this work instead of Americans? That's what you're saying?
When you look at our economy and low birth rates, we need to fix our immigration policy so those people can come here and work and not be worried about whether they have a $5 million Trump gold card or not, and whether they can do the job.
Fair enough.
All right. So David's eating. I'm taking him off the screen. All right. So I don't think anybody mentioned that one of the reasons that foreign products are cheaper to send 10,000 miles is because of taxes and compliance costs for businesses. So it really drives me crazy that the government's like, oh, tariffs will solve it. More money that's going to go to the government, when cutting money that goes to the government would be the number one boost for our manufacturing, our businesses, our economy, entrepreneurs, individuals, everybody. So
I inferred it. I didn't say it explicitly like you did.
Right. Well, you're not wrong. OSHA regulations in silicon is insane because of the chemicals they play with.
So let's see what we got here. Plus or minus 1,000 to David for invading the comment section.
1,000 or 100? You're doing this again? You did this last week.
1,000. Yeah, minus 200 for me for not being able to read, or probably something like that. Plus 100 to Booker for having headphones that make him look like a Borg from Star Trek. Andy says you can't fix all this corruption in 2 months, and investment outweighs everything. Remember, tariffs are reciprocal from Michael. Having a Walmart mentality is what put us in this situation in the first place. Plus 1,000 to Casey for finally winning something for once in his life. Who can guess what Casey's shirt says? Says Jim Bob. Yep, taxation is theft. So are tariffs. Minus 100 to Casey for saying rougher. Plus 500 to Casey for saying egg prices are going down. Americans have no issue paying $8 for a cup of coffee. So what's your point, Andy, that the government should get another $10 on top of the $8 for the cup of coffee? That's giving the government more money is never a good idea. Minus 200 or plus 200 Booker for agreeing to disagree. Plus 500 for me putting David back on the bottom. I didn't even let him in because he's got a mouthful of something. He's eating like candy corn or something.
It's being a real Hanoush.
But plus 500 for David getting replaced by Casey. Minus 100 to Casey for preferring Democrat talking points to actually helping America. Andy's a big fan of tariffs. Let's just go out and say that. Plus 100 to anyone who says China. There you go. Minus 1,000 to Casey for caring how the left spins it. Plus 150 to Sherry. Minus 500 to Booker for sounding like the wrong type of liberal. Plus 100 to Booker again for
that's 1,000.
Facts, not feelings.
No, 100 works.
Let's see. Plus 500 to Booker for saying we'll live better lives soon. Plus 500 to David for finishing a 5-course meal during the boss fight.
Jesus.
Plus 1,000 to David for eating, drinking, and chilling. Plus 1,000 to Casey for being economically correct, and minus 100 to David for not sharing with the rest of the class.
This is the best David has ever done.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Plus,
is.
the eating and the teddy bear. Who knew that would be the best strategy?
All he has to do is not be on the show to get the highest score he's ever had.
And there he is.
What the heck, Ryan? Come on.
Plus 10 to Ryan for saying when the rubber hits the road.
Hey, Dave, remember that text I sent you when I told you not to suck? Yeah, you're sucking.
No. I just gave you points, but nice try, man.
Oh wow, 500 to Ryan for American wants the best for cheap, the best for cheapest. Minus 1,000 for Ryan for calling the Cybertruck a show me truck.
Oh, it's
Minus
Missouri.
100 to Ryan for thinking he can get ahead in the comments. Plus 1,000 to Ryan for consumerism. Minus 259 to Casey for disregarding the longest lines at the dollar store.
Oh, my.
Sorry,
This
Terry.
comment is brought to you by the 2025 Chevy Silverado. That plastic Cybertruck plus 100 to Ryan. Plus 100 billion to me. Did I read that right,
No,
Casey?
it's over.
100 billion to me
Oh.
for allowing debates tonight. Plus 1,000 to David because he's still eating.
I
And
win.
then
I like
plus
for
500 to Casey for being so well rounded. So
Was that in his thoughts or his face? I wasn't sure.
All of the above.
this was a great idea doing the boss fight with Casey. If I do say so myself, I'll give myself a few points and a pat on the back for that. And Casey's got the show They Both Suck. And make sure you check that out. Casey's one of the best around and a friend of mine. So please follow him at American versus Gov and check him out. He is awesome. Thanks for doing this, Casey.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'll be in
Bye,
the
Casey.
comments.
You're the man.
See you, Casey.
All right. So,
Before
Booker,
we
you
get
got a little
too
bit
far
more
in.
time because we haven't even gotten to the memes.
Yeah, I've got time.
He didn't ask you. He asked Booker.
Booker, do you got some
Oh.
time? I don't care if David has another meal or whatever.
Do I have time?
Yeah. Do you got some more time? I got the memes next.
Yeah, go ahead.
Excellent.
Hey, Booker, can I just say I love having you on here, man? Like your perspective and the way that you can articulate your points of view are amazing.
Well, thank you, Ryan.
I hope you
appreciate
come back on more, man. I'm glad to do this with you.
it. Yeah, I would. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
I get points for my Chinese palm tree. I'm assuming.
And I
it's
give
Chinese
Ryan
'cause-
some points for that, for being nice, and give
There we
him.
go.
Give him 75. Come on, David.
Excellent.
Be nice.
All right. Well, speaking of points, let's see what the bloodbath looks like right now. And all right, we'll add it to the stage. Booker's well over 10,000 here, 10,750. Everybody's positive. David made up some ground by eating and not talking. That was a good strategy by David there, 2354, and Ryan in the middle there with 2849, and Mike at negative 28,000. Sorry, Mike. And All right, so let's go to it. So
Hey, how many points did my dad get earlier? Am I beating him or is he still beating me?
Yeah, you're winning.
No,
There.
he's beating all of us.
I'm just curious. I don't want to hear that for the next 2 years until he does this again.
negative 23.55 to David because he doesn't want to be positive. Plus 200 to Booker for the best jail cell ever. I thought he was in a La Quinta Inn in the corner. I was going to make that joke earlier. He's got the best voice, worst background. We'll go with that.
That's fair.
Yeah. So no, you're doing great, Booker. Thanks for doing this. And we will go to the memes, and we'll go with we'll go to whoa. What do we got here? Let me move that for a second. Do we not? All right. Well,
He showed us
we'll
the
just
whole
not do that
meme. We
one.
don't have to guess.
All right, so Booker, on this one, we just guess what's missing in the meme here. So we'll let you see a couple first and let the other guys do it wrong so you can swoop in and get the points at the end here.
Okay.
So Ryan, we'll go to you. If blank was a human being, we got Ron Paul here. If blank was a human being.
If being 100% right was a
Great
human being.
answer. David, to you.
If principled was a human being.
Ooh, that's good too. Booker, to you.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I
That's
really
incorrect.
don't. No, I've got nothing. You take take all my points. I don't care.
You can pass. We don't take points in this one. So it's a silly little game I like to do. So
Yeah,
the
fair.
correct answer here is if I told you so was a human being.
Okay.
I was closer.
No.
Okay, we've got
I'll meet you on the playground.
it's the same answer twice here, but what's this product called, Ryan?
American Profin.
Ooh, I like that. David, to you.
Man. American blanks.
All right. Booker, you got a guess on this one?
No, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not.
All
I'm
Can
not,
I give an
so-
answer
I'm
that
not
one of them
creative.
can take? Because
I'm not
can
creative.
I give another answer and one of them
Yeah,
can take it?
give me one.
Sure.
Ryan. Come on, make it good.
I mean, I'm going to stick with my original American Profin, but one of you can steal
Yeah,
freedom pills.
I love that. That's better than yours. I think I should get
technically, they
500
could have
points
tear-
for that.
Yeah, technically they could have tariffed your answer too. So the correct answer here is penicillin.
Mm,
Penicillin is the
Wow.
correct answer here.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
didn't see it going that dark.
Now,
Yeah.
usually I put the darker ones later, and I like to throw a change up every now and again. So,
that was weird.
all right. So, next one here: Smithers donate $5,000 to the fight for $15. And what's next, Ryan?
Ukrainian defense.
Okay, David, to you. Donate $50,000 to the fight for $15. What's next?
Minimum wage.
Okay. Booker, any guess here? Smithers?
No,
donate.
I got nothing. My mind's not there. I
Okay.
just got to be honest.
So donate $50,000 to the fight for $15 and move $10 million to the robot and kiosk division.
Way off.
Ryan, to you. Be the reason what? Be the reason what? Yeah, Scientific was on it, and move our manufacturing overseas.
Be the reason that Liberty makes a comeback.
I like it. David, to you.
We don't suck.
Okay, I like that. Booker, you got
I'll
one?
pass. And,
Okay.
well, how come I didn't get a buzzer? I thought I was going to get a buzzer. You told me I would get a buzzer to buzz in.
David was supposed to send out the buzzers, but he was
Dang.
busy shopping the clearance aisle at Hobby Lobby for fertility things.
Well, that's
And,
because he sent his wife to fight me at the monkey bars. It was ridiculous.
all right, so the correct
Hey,
answer
she-
here is
no.
be the reason someone stops trusting the government.
She beat
Right.
you up at the monkey bars, Ryan. That's why you're mad.
Yeah, I don't fight
Oh.
back.
Be the reason David stays humble. That's a good one. Minus 100 to David for not live streaming from a car wash. Yeah, that's Andy's
David, what
apparently
was
been
that?
on David's spaces.
What are you drinking? Kombucha? Was that like the bacteria water? What are you drinking? Oh, well, never mind.
It's not that exciting. Sorry.
All right. Ryan, to you, leftist, we want what? And this is what looks like. We want what? And what looks like this.
Higher minimum wage.
All right, David, to you, leftist, we want what? And what
Broken.
ends up looking like this.
Broken and dysfunctional.
All right, Booker, to you, we want what? And what ends up looking like that.
Yeah, I'm still passing.
All right. So leftist,
I don't want to lose
want
points here. I'm trying not to lose points.
You should lose points for passing on every single one.
No,
Well,
Yeah, come on.
Where's the comment on
used,
that?
David used the not talking and eating strategy
Yeah,
to
he will.
high success early. So passing might not be a bad
I'm
strategy.
a quick
here.
learner.
True.
So leftists say we want free healthcare, and then free healthcare ends up looking like that. So all right. So Ryan, to you, Joker for president. Why would Joker be a good president, Ryan?
Only the Joker can make open wounds look that good.
Oh, I gotta go back for a second. Leftist, we want David's casting couch. And then David's casting couch. Oh my god.
That means I get to redo my answer, right? I'm on a new answer.
No. I already have my answer.
No, not for this one, for the next one. Yeah, that one.
I know. No,
Yeah.
I know.
Joker for president. Blow up and walk away.
Ooh, all right. I'm actually just going to give you that one. You're on it. Joker for president. He steals money, wastes money, kills people, blows stuff up. What could be more presidential than that?
Yeah, I'll take it. Booker was going to
David-
pass anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100% I was.
David, to you. If we make guns illegal, no one will ever get shot. Why is that? Where else did that work?
Nowhere.
Okay. Booker, got a guess?
No, I want to go ahead and I'm going to stay consistent.
All right. Ryan, to you.
Venezuela.
All right. If we make guns illegal, no one will ever get shot. That's how we stopped everyone from doing drugs.
Yeah, that tracks.
All right. And David, to you. No, it doesn't affect my baby. 12 years later, what's on his computer monitor? Let's leave the really disgusting answer for Zach or Scientific in the comments. It's not that.
No, it doesn't affect my baby. 12 years later. I have no idea. Go ahead. Pass.
Booker, anything?
Nope. I'm staying firm.
Ryan, to you.
The View.
Booker is.
Ryan, what'd you say?
The View.
The View. That's a great answer. That's actually better than what it is. No,
That
it
is
doesn't
good.
affect my baby. 12 years later, he is watching Tariffs Aren't Taxes. So, David, to you, it's a before and after. It's AOC, and I think that's Jasmine Crockett, right?
Yep.
I'm going to pass on this one.
Booker, you got a before and after here?
No, I don't.
Ryan, to you?
Tax the rich. The rich.
Okay. And the before and after here is Original Idiot and then the Disney remake of the Original Idiot.
We're going dark again.
Well,
See,
technically,
I don't
Disney
even
went
get
dark.
I don't even get some of these. They're like the real meaning. I don't get them. Am I supposed
Disney's
to get
been-
them?
Disney's
took me
been
like
remaking
3
all their
episodes.
movies with more diversity.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
that's a
it took
Florida
me-
one. You should have gotten that one. Come on.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't know.
Speaking of
It
that,
took
this
me
didn't even
3
be in there.
episodes.
Trump ended DEI. Get that out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not over yet.
12 years later, I'm starting a game show. That's fair. That's really fair. And then making poor Booker come on. Oh, that was good. I like that. All right. And David, to you, can we get the Epstein files and the Pawn Stars version of Pam Bondi says what?
Oh man. Ah, you haven't had enough. I don't know. Like I totally saw this one actually earlier. Can we get the Epstein list? You you don't have the money. I don't know. I forget.
Booker, you got one, or go to
Well,
Ryan?
I'll try one. Sure.
Go
Let
for
me
it.
get my right wing influencers to come and give the same information that everybody's had for 10 years.
Yeah.
There you go. See, you get this. That's how this works. Ryan, to you, can we get the Epstein list? And Pawn Stars Pam Bondi says what?
Best I can do is a $5 list of people that eat at Fazoli's.
Scientific says best I can do is get you Ryan's Rolodex.
What?
Do they still exist, Rolodex? I mean, can you actually buy them?
I think
I
he
bet
meant
you. I
Rolex.
bet you every member of
Oh,
Congress
Rolex.
uses that and a regular phone.
Yeah, you're
at some
probably
point.
right.
All
And
right.
flip
So
phone.
can we get you the Epstein list? And Pawn Stars Pam Bondi says best I can do is deport you if you criticize Israel.
Hmm.
Can we talk about how Pam Bondi and Michael Jackson had to have had the same plastic surgeon?
Can the
All
attorney
right, so-
general technically do that?
What?
David, to you.
Yeah.
All right. So Thomas the Train with Thomas Massey, and Thomas says what? You had to have watched Thomas the Train to kind of get the tone of this one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind of the
Thomas-
voiceover, and Thomas does what? Thomas thinks
the,
what?
The Massey says, I think I can't. I don't know.
Booker,
that
you
was
got one
wrong.
on this?
I've got nothing.
Ryan?
Man, it's been a while since my kid was that age.
I'll put you all out of your misery here. And
Yeah,
Thomas,
I got nothing.
Thomas had never seen such bullshit before. Is really, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and,
I don't remember that when I was younger.
David, to you, this could be us, except what happened?
I can't see that one very well. Hang on.
We could be living in a futuristic world, except what?
Money kept us down, or mo money, mo problems. Would that be better?
Okay. Booker, to you,
I was just going to say greed.
greed. Yep, you're on the right track. Ryan, to you.
I see some foreign currency in there, so I'm going to say this could be us, but we sold out to communist China.
You're on the right track too. This could be us, but central banks around the world. So, all right, David, to you. Massey says, "Why do I vote no on every bill?" What does he say?
Because I read them.
Because
Nailed
he
it.
reads them. That is the correct answer. Because he reads them. Yep. Booker, to you. I'm going to go with you first here.
Oh boy.
Whenever the government tells me I'm not allowed to do something, what does Seinfeld think here? Whenever the government tells me I'm not allowed to do something,
I do it.
Seinfeld thinks what?
I do it.
I do it. All right. Ryan, to you.
I do it so hard.
Do it hard. Ryan, David, to you.
I'm still not funny.
Really? You think that? That's like
Yeah, that was
blasphemy.
both literal and figurative from David.
Well, no, not me. I was talking about Seinfeld.
No, you're not
Seinfeld.
funny at all, so it fits both ways.
In the person of Seinfeld.
Just like your African statue, it fits both ways.
Oh my gosh, just like your hot tub calls when you call me after 3 beers or something like that. But go ahead. Yeah.
What?
Dana says I do the opposite. Yep.
That was good.
Whenever the government tells me I'm not allowed to do something, the very fact you oppose this makes me think I'm onto something. That's it. Yep. And we lost Booker there for a second. And
I'm here. Just I turned my video off real quick.
okay.
He's like,
I'll
that
be
was
right back.
very weird. He was like, that was super weird, David. I'm leaving now.
That was the breaking point.
Yeah.
that was it. Though.
I felt
that
like it
was the
most
straw.
tame. Yeah.
All right, Ryan, to you. To To do what? Minnesota will put huge tariffs on Hawaii, California, Texas, and Florida.
Get a little bit of sun to melt the snow.
Ooh, that's a good call. David, to you.
Warm the planet.
Okay. The correct answer is, in case you went tampons. He also doesn't want you talking about hot tubs at all. That's good. And all right, to increase papaya jobs, Minnesota will put huge tariffs on Hawaii, California, Texas, and Florida. That's how tariffs work, Andy, if you're still with us. So
Samsonite.
Scientific says to make sure David doesn't vacation here again. That's good too. To house Tim Walls. Yep. All right.
I've never been to Minnesota.
It's cold. I think that
It's a long O, David. It's a long O. It's Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Ryan, to you.
Southern Canada.
I'm not challenging your authority. What?
I'm defying it.
Nice. David?
Hmm.
I'm not challenging your authority.
Oh, man. I'm not challenging your authority. I'm...
Oh, Andy's still playing the same banjo in the comments.
You have no authority.
Ooh, I'm challenging your intelligence. That's a good one. Minus 100 to David for saying Minnesota in a seductive manner.
To Andy's defense, I'm pretty sure he put his chainmail in the microwave last week. Like, give the guy a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Scientific. I know that messes with you a little bit.
Booker, you got one here? I'm not challenging your authority.
No, I got nothing.
Okay, I'm not challenging your authority. I'm denying it completely. So Ryan was on the right track there. Dana says I'm challenging your face. Yeah, Casey was on it. I'm denying it. Yep. All right, Ryan, to you. It's okay to criticize Trump. Why? Oh, I set you up here.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm gonna pass. Come to me at the back end.
All right, David, to you. It's okay to criticize Trump. Why?
Because of his stool.
Because of his stool. Interesting. Booker, you got one here?
Nope, I got nothing there. I'm going to send you a meme, though.
Because we aren't cult members is Andy's answer. It's okay to criticize Trump. The real answer is he says some retarded shit from time to time. Yep, that's.
Oh, that's very specific.
Ryan, to you. Imagine, if you will, a government so corrupt it does what?
Imagine, if you will, a government so corrupt they charge you $3 million for this meme.
I'm not even going to read this one out loud.
God damn.
All right. And David, imagine, if you will, a government so corrupt
they think you should trust them.
Booker probably could have done this in the really good Rod Serling voice. Imagine, if you will, a government so corrupt.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing.
All right.
Does he lose points every time he says he's got nothing?
It seems like it.
Am I what?
I feel like we want Booker to come back because he's done so well. So I'm not really raking him over the coals on this one.
Well, see, my mind just isn't there. I do my own memes. I make them. I just sent Terry one. I don't know if she can get it up or not. And watch it.
Whoa! It's not that kind of show.
I get points. I was trying to get points. I'm going for points.
All right. I'm giving minus 500 to Booker for sliding in Terry's DMs.
That's for the purple loofahs. All right, leave it off the show.
What's happening? Come on.
Andy says they charge you on income more than spending. Yeah, geez, the same song over and over again. That accountability is illegal. Yeah, that's Casey's on it.
That's fair.
It tries to convince you, or tries to convince the people that accountability is illegal. I've reached the hour where I can't talk anymore. So minus 500 to David and Booker for trying to salvage points here.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Ryan, to you. You're not MAGA if you don't vote for my $2 trillion inflation bill.
No.
No. David, he left you an opening here. I thought that was an easy one. You're not MAGA if you don't vote for my $2 trillion inflation bill.
Okay.
Okay is the correct answer there.
Your mom's not MAGA.
There you go.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
Booker.
My mom's dead,
Wow.
Booker.
This
Thanks.
is a family show.
We had some good answers in the comments there. Ryan, to you. Trump doesn't like, this is the Drake meme. Trump doesn't like what, but he likes what?
Tariffs
Casey
on
liked the-
Japan.
Casey liked the mom joke.
Tariffs on Japan. Tariffs on Canada.
Ooh, that's good. David, to you.
Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg.
Went rappers. Kamala talked about her favorite rappers at one point. Booker, to you.
I've got nothing.
All right. Trump doesn't
How's my
like
strategy?
releasing the Epstein files, but he does like increasing government spending. So I try to stay timely. Ryan, to you. Guns don't kill people. Who kills people?
Government.
David? Government would have been a good answer. Not the correct answer, but government would have been a good answer.
It's going to be the best one of the next two.
Guns don't kill people. Morons with guns kill people.
Booker, what day in your broadcasting course do they say you to talk into your hand and eat the whole show? Is that day one?
I missed that semester.
Yeah.
I skipped that one.
Booker, you got one for this one? Guns don't kill people. Who kills people?
No, I got nothing.
Casey Scott Clinton's kill people.
That's true, Casey.
Epstein, Andrew Tate. Oh, that was the Trump one, I think. No, there we go. All right, so guns don't kill people. Planned Parenthood kills people. So,
Oh, that was pretty dark.
Government
Pretty
funded.
dark.
I get points for that. Government funded.
I'm giving it to
Oh,
you.
man.
I'm giving it to you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All
I
right.
just want to say Booker, but we still ended up on the same show.
Yeah. What about
That is
that?
true. So David's the University of Phoenix success story tonight. And all right, Ryan, to you. There's four answers here, and there's a reason that these four things are here. So you got four items. You got to guess the four items.
Yep. High. Man, those are runts, but it doesn't fit the meme. So let me think. Nope, here we go. Weed, runts, stunts, and high runts with stunts.
Oh, you got two of the four. David, to you.
Smoke runs.
Went further away from it. Booker, you got anything here?
You don't want me to try. It's going to go south.
Well, how about if I help you here? If runts and stunts were the two correct ones.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Scientific
Yeah.
might have helped you there. No. It's all right. So it's blunts, runts, stunts, and wait.
Nope.
No. All right.
Nope.
Scientific's on it. Blunts, runts, stunts, and my mom told me not to call women that. Yep. All bad decisions. That's a great answer. That's an excellent
Yeah, it
answer.
is.
200 to Andy.
Everything that RFK could ban. How's that?
Michael said it's Bruce's best day ever.
You're lucky he's
Five-
not here
500
anymore. To
to
see
Andy.
that. You're lucky.
Yeah, C word was correct. I got to keep my reputation. I got to make some of these a little off out there.
Mhm.
All right. So Ryan, to you, you're both awful. You're both just awful.
Democrats and Republicans.
David, to you. That's an acceptable answer, but it's not the correct answer. David, to you. You're both just awful.
Fascists and socialists. I don't know.
Of course you don't.
Booker, you got one here? You're
No,
both
no, I
just
got nothing. I can't.
All
help.
right. You're both just awful. Trump derangement syndrome and Trump worship syndrome. Ryan, to you. What is this? What is this?
Are these liberal memes? Because they're not good, I think. They can't make memes, you know.
That might be an operator error. We'll have to talk to the host about that.
Government inefficiency in one picture.
All right, David.
Evil working together.
Booker, you got one here? How would you
Nope.
describe this?
I wouldn't. I would. It's a block in front of Congress.
It's a literal interpretation there.
A yellow block.
That's right.
Oh.
Are you sure you want to delete corruption?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. And biggest gang of thieves there. A Depends convention.
Wouldn't that be a depension? Oh,
This is why I had to change the game because Casey knows all these. So all right. Ryan, to you. I just saved the country 13 billion.
I just saved the country 13 billion and
Ooh, he tagged
Oh,
out. He
Bruce.
tagged out. Bruce is back in. Welcome back, Bruce.
Mandating a nationwide bottle deposit.
Ooh, there you go.
what?
Nationwide bottle deposit.
Bottle deposit.
Okay.
David, to you.
I just saved the country $13 billion, but I'm going to delete it off the website in a week.
Oh, that's good. Booker, I just saved the country 13
Yeah,
billion.
nope, nothing.
The correct answer is we need to add another 4 trillion to the debt ceiling so I can save more money. That's their plan there. So, all right. Ryan, to you. In socialist Canada, what happens? In socialist Canada, we got Yakov Smirnov here. In socialist Canada, you got to probably be 40 plus to get this joke, but
everything is A-OK, eh?
oh, that's pretty good. David, to you. In socialist Canada, what happens?
Well, that's
Bruce
what
got
I
more
would
points
say.
for coming back. Notice David didn't get points when he came back.
Yeah. In socialist Canada,
You got one here?
we all win. I don't know.
We all win. Booker, in socialist Canada.
Yep, I'm gonna stay right where I am. I got nothing.
All right. In socialist Canada, suicide hotline calls you. Nothing? No. I like that one.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I did like that one. Andy says we're charging for snow.
I'm waiting for Booker to pull like the Ross Perot VP thing right now and be like, where am I? What am I doing here?
All right, we'll do one more and we'll call it because these aren't going over. I'm laughing, but that's usual for me. So. Let me pull it down. Let me get a good one here. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Get one that
That would be a
doesn't.
fresh start.
There, yeah.
I sent Terry one of mine because I know what I would say on it, but I don't know. She probably can't get it. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to say that again.
That was.
Free. The goal of this was to get Booker to come back on the show, right? I don't,
Yeah,
I don't know if
I kind of he punted on first down and I fumbled on fourth down, so that's we kind of tied that together nicely.
Actually, I punted first, second, and third down.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, to you. I don't want any more help from the government. Why? Plus 250 to Booker for promoting his own meme.
I don't
Thank
want
you,
any
Andy.
more help from the government. Get off my lawn.
Okay, David, to you.
I'm okay.
And
Yep.
Booker, do you have one for the
Nope.
last one here? I don't want any more help from the government. Why?
Booker's playing the Cheech and Chong technique here, and I don't know if I'm okay with it.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I would love to play. I just don't know how.
But I'm waiting for FEMA to call me back. That's a great answer. All right. So the last answer here is I don't want any help from the government. I can't afford it. So, all right. Well, so that was fantastically successful and really kind of showed off all of my talents there. And so let's go to the points here one last time and give everybody a chance to say goodbye and tell us who they thought won, as well as we'll do a little promo here. And so, all right. So the finals here are Booker with 10,950, way out in front. Really not even worth mentioning the other scores of 3,300 and 2,300. David leapfrogged Ryan here. I think that's really the shocking outcome here. The negative 5,855 here. So,
man, that's more of a referendum on Ryan than it is on a win on me.
So, Booker, feel free to promote anything here.
Okay.
Anything you'd like to say other than you don't want to come back ever and lose your phone number and that part.
Back.
So
I think David actually has my phone number. We've talked before. Yeah, I'm on America Out Loud Talk Radio, americaoutloud.news. If you don't know about it, it's been around for about 9 years. It's the home of Dr. Peter McCullough's show. There's Tony Schaefer, who has a show on there. He's a military intelligence guy. Randy Sutton, Trevor Loudon, all of those people have a show. I'm there Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 o'clock Pacific, and have a lot of great guests. I do have libertarian guests. I've had Mike Termott before, Angela McCardell. So I'm not just right wing. I try to stay somewhat in the middle and present the truth that we actually know, and that's what I try to do on the show. And then, but I have had a lot of great guests along the way, and I'm very fortunate for that. I've learned a lot from a lot of smart people. I'm not very smart myself. I call myself the dumbest person on the World Wide Web, but fortunate that I get to talk to people that are smart and know a lot of things. And I do take all that information in and I keep it. So I thank you guys for the invitation. Thank you, Free, for the invitation. I've enjoyed it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Terry and David and Ryan. I appreciate participating with you guys.
yeah, so make sure you follow Booker and check out his stuff.
Terry it's on Twitter. It's at Real Booker Scott.
And she put a link in the Terry put a link in the chat there. So Casey loves that radio station. All good guys on that channel. And Kilburn pointed out Bruce got fourth place, so bumped Mike down to fifth, which is his worst finish yet. And yeah,
it's hard to do.
Yeah. So David, what would you like to promote?
Yeah, no, I'll just thank Booker for being on here. He's been an ally, even though we may not necessarily see eye to eye all the time. He always gives a platform to the things that I think are important. So I appreciate that. But also, I just want to tell everybody a little bit about a project I'm launching called The Uncharted Way, which is about blending faith, spirituality, politics, and just the fact that we don't know where life's going to go. And so, like, trying to navigate that together. It's a new project I'm going to launch. I don't have a website yet, but if you want to follow me at David Moscrip or at DMoscrip. What's my handle? It's at DMoscrip on X.
It's literally on the screen, dude. Literally on the screen.
I can't see. Oh, no, I can't see it. Okay, so at DMoscrip on X, I'll be updating on there, but it will be like a mixture of all of these things and how they should drive us to try to make the world a better place. So, yeah, thank you for having me on again, Free, Booker, and Ryan, and Terry. It's been awesome being on here again. Thank you.
And so you pimped a project that you haven't even started. That was good. And all right, to Ryan, to you, what are you up to, Ryan?
Yeah, well, first, thanks to Dave for pimping a project that's not even current and sending them to a handle that doesn't exist. So kudos to you, my friend. Booker, thanks for coming on. It was great to meet you and converse with you. Man, you brought up some great points. And I think more civil conversations and discussion like this makes everybody better. I'd also like to thank you for having one libertarian on your show. The former White House staffer, Austrian economist Mike Termott was a great ad.
Yeah.
Angela McArdle is not a libertarian, so please don't ever say that again.
I'm working on Stephen. We're supposed to do it last week, but we haven't done it yet. So I don't know
That's
what
okay.
happened now.
That's okay.
Oh no,
But
Steven's
I think
awesome.
I've had more than Mike Termott though. But thanks
Yeah.
for your recognition.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, having libertarians on your show is great. It advances our cause. But having people that are not libertarian on your show that call themselves libertarians doesn't help. So,
Yeah.
it's whatever. But
I've also been on Booker's show. So.
He has. Yeah.
again, if the
Yeah.
shoe fits, Dave, right? Or maybe you go to Child's Place and get those too. I don't know, man.
Oh, and
We're not-
Nathaniel was another one, David. But
Yeah,
there's
we're
one
not
other. There's
listing
one other.
status though. So I think the list started and ended at Termott. So
No, it was
Ryan,
good.
you realize
Termott
I'm
was a
gonna
good
sue
ad.
you.
Bring him back. I definitely appreciate Mike Termott. I got to know him through his presidential campaign at the Texas State Convention, the national convention. He's just creme de la creme, man. He's
Yeah.
a great guy.
I agree. And I'll say this about him. He completely changed my thinking on abortion. I'm a pro-lifer. That's what I am. And he is too, by the way.
He is.
But he really changed the way I think about it. And I listened to him, and it's really changed the way I approach people when I'm discussing that topic.
Yeah, it's a sensitive topic. And it was one that I was asked numerous times on my county commissioner campaign, even though being a county commissioner has nothing to do with abortion. Current adventures, I'm running for school board in El Paso, Texas, on the exact same platform I ran for a county commissioner. Fiscal responsibility, elected officials at every level need to be good stewards with taxpayer dollars, and they need to focus on the basics of what their job entails. And as a school board trustee, that's making sure that we have the right superintendent and the right staff in place. Then make sure that we focus on education and the teachers and the students, and not all of the fraud, waste, and abuse and excess that comes with heavy administration and bloat. I'm not going to give you a campaign stump here, but you can check out my website, woodcraftforelpaso.com. You can follow me at the handle that is on my screen that for some reason David with his glasses on could not locate. And reach out. Right? I would ask you to reach out to every elected official that you have questions for. Most of them will answer back. The ones at the local level absolutely will. So send an XDM, Instagram, Facebook, email, phone call. They want to hear from you. Reach out and ask them what their opinion is and tell them what yours is, and get involved at the local level. Because together, when we decentralize our government and we make local politics the most important politics, we can make a real change, not just in our local community, but in our country.
excellent. There's your handle and all of your info, as well as David's there with the Partridge Family cover band at the top there, as well as Booker's with his handle and the AmericaOutloud.news website. And make sure you follow these three guys, three great guys. This was a great show. Terry, do you have anything you'd like to say on our way out here?
I just want to thank my partners in the comments section. You guys did great tonight. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys, for being here. I appreciate you all.
We got some great comments. Dana wanted to know if David's statue dispenses Pez 10 quadrillion to
No,
Terry
it does
for being
not.
Terry.
I'm starting a post. Are you smarter than a politician space right now? If you want to join it.
No.
David will be eating and falling asleep on it. So if you want to take part in that,
I will be.
Yeah. So so thank you everybody for doing this, and thank you, Booker. You were our new contestant tonight and our winner. excellent performance by you. Great job. Hope you had fun. Hope
I
it
did.
wasn't too weird. And and everybody in the comments, you know, in the chat, you guys made this awesome and you did a really great job with it. So thank you. Appreciate you spending your Friday night with us and hope you learned something and had some fun. So peace out. See y'all later and have a good weekend.